Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys, welcome back.
Welcome. And guess who's back with me this week?
Yeah, I'm feeling better, finally.
He has a voice. So glad that he can talk this week. So last week was not the best.
Okay, so now you can talk now that I've got that muted.
Not getting the double whammy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Wow, dude, we got a lot to talk about this week.
Yes, we do. We have a ton to talk about. And bear with me one second. I'm going to push this back a little bit. It'll make it a little harder to read the comments, but at least you'll be able to see Scott in the frame.
Well, hi.
So let's move this a little bit too.
Yeah, we're like really close tonight.
Well, I used a different backdrop, and so it's much narrower. So I had to bring everything closer and more forward. And so this is the... But isn't it pretty? I like it.
The backdrop, not me.
No, you're handsome. So, all right. So it looks as though we're starting to get a couple of people in here. Please do me a favor. Drop a hello. Let us know where you're from. Very, very exciting. We've been recognized twice in the past, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
So Scott was recognized when he was out doing his job in the area. And then today I was at Play Place with Nick, and a lady came up to me and she goes, a friend of mine, which we're mutual, hello, my kitchen. I love it, Chris. She said, a mutual friend of ours, Jan, told her all about me. And so she watches these, and I was floored, and I was so grateful that she came up and said hello. I thought that was the sweetest thing. So I apologize I didn't get your name because it was so loud in the Play Place. But definitely drop a hello in here for us if you happen to be watching it, even on the replay. I'd love to be able to connect. So that was great.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you. Thank you for following us and watching us. And thank you to everybody who does follow us and watch us on Facebook and on YouTube both. We do appreciate all the love and support.
Hang on. Sorry, guys. There we go.
Sorry about that. I had a call come in.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate all the love and support, and keep it up.
Hello from Ohio. Thanks, Mike, for putting that down in there for us. Woohoo! Starting to see some people coming in. I'm liking this a lot. Yep. So we have 1,000,001 updates to talk about this week, because Disney and Universal literally just exploded with news last week.
Yeah. Big time.
I could not believe how much stuff they dropped after my live last week on Monday night. So hopefully, it was all great news. So if they decide to do it again next week, guess what? Or this week, I'm thrilled. We'll continue to do this. But I have a ton of things that I want to talk to everybody about. And so we're basically just going to be talking about theme parks tonight. And then we'll get back into other regularly programmed things the following week, because I just realized I completely forgot about talking about the states.
Hi, Becky.
I'm sorry. But, hi, Becky.
All right. Well, guys, let's grab our favorite Coca-Cola product and let's start talking some travel here.
Yeah.
So let's start off with some really interesting news. Megan, I heard there's a lot of new things that has been released this past week with Universal.
Yes. So Mike, yes, we are on Facebook too tonight. So you should be able to see us. We've got a couple of people in there. So you hopefully you can find us over there as well. So actually, I kind of want to save the Universal stuff for last, because I feel like it's the most shocking.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. What are you?
I know that's what you're most excited about.
Oh man, when I heard this news, I was so pumped. So
Yep.
Guys, stay tuned. You got to listen to what we got to tell you about.
You're just going to have to wait. So first things first, let's talk about Disney World news, because Disney completely shook things up this past week.
Yes, they did.
Not only did they start off the Epcot Festival of the Arts on Friday, that's only running through February 20th, but they announced a couple of things new that they're doing with the Festival of the Arts. One of which is magic shots that include Figment. You can either get your very own Figment wings. You can also get Figment making chalk art, and you can be like looking at him and pointing, and he's drawing stuff for you. Thought that was really cute. They're also doing a 360-degree photo right near the main entrance, and it's actually you're in the middle of it, but then everything around you is like a 360 of the park itself, like the World Showcase and Spaceship Earth and everything. It's a really interesting shot photo. So if you happen to be in the area and you are going to that festival, make sure you get that particular shot. The big thing they announced that everybody is going gaga over, and I am so excited, is they have officially dropped the parking fees for all park resort guests. Now, what this means, this was as of January 10th. Basically, you can bring your car onto Disney property if you are staying on resort, and you do not have to pay a nightly parking fee to park at that resort. Whether it is a Art of Animation, All Star Sports, Saratoga Springs, Polynesian Village, it does not matter. They are all free, complimentary self-parking. Obviously, if you get into valet kind of deals, then it's going to be a little bit more. And they're not all of them are going to offer that either, by the way. So that is huge. That was one thing that a lot of people really didn't like that they brought in. A lot of people complained about it, including us. And then now that they're doing that, I think it's really going to bring a lot of locals and people that are in driving distance. So Georgians and people like Louisiana and Upper Panhandle, they're going to start coming back down because that's a really great way of them to get a fantastic hotel, even for a weekend or a long weekend, and be able to enjoy Disney amenities and resorts.
And it doesn't just have to be your vehicle. It can also be a vehicle that you rented from the airport when you flew in.
Exactly.
Because maybe you're only going to be there for a couple of days and you want to go explore some of the beaches or go over to Kennedy Space Center or go to Universal or go to SeaWorld or Legoland. I mean, Gatorland, hey!
There you go. Or maybe you have a very strict timeline and you're like, okay, I want to go and I want to do this park, but we have a dining reservation over here. You don't want to have to deal with the buses and things and trying to get over there or purchasing an Uber or a minivan. Now, because you are staying at that resort, even if it's a value resort, you can go over and the parking fees are waived for when you go to the parks too. So I will always tell people go ahead and use their transportation just because it helps you kind of stay in the bubble and the magic, and then you're not stressing over trying to get to all these places. But in the event that you want to,
like
it's
case
there.
in point, the one time we were there and we were waiting on one of the buses, and it was like an hour we were waiting, and it never came. Found out there was an accident and the buses could not get out and get over to us to pick us up. So things like that happens. I mean, it's not 100% every single time. It's not. There's not going to be a bus there every single time, every single minute. Things do happen. So, having your vehicle on property definitely is a good thing, so that you can get in your vehicle and go different directions and make sure you get to your reservations on time and whatever.
So I love this. I think this is a great thing. I think we're starting to get back into what Disney used to be. Starting to see some things kind of reversing a little bit. And speaking of reversing a little bit, annual pass holders starting on, I think now, actually, because I don't have a date written down. Oops.
I think it was effective immediately.
Annual pass holders are officially going to be able to go into the theme parks after 2 p.m. without a park reservation. I think that this is absolutely amazing. There are still some stipulations. If you have blockout dates on your annual pass, obviously you're not going to be able to go in that day. It's blocked out for the whole day, not just the morning. Saturdays and Sundays, you're still going to have to get a park reservation and then go into Magic Kingdom if Magic Kingdom's where you want to go. Magic Kingdom's the biggest most popular park that they have. So I could see why they have that stipulation. But being able to go in after 2 o'clock to any park that you want, if you're an annual pass holder, I think that this is absolutely huge. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works over the next couple of months, because I'm telling you what, I think this is a precursor to they're going to get rid of the park reservations at Walt Disney World Resort. And they need to, in my opinion. I think that the only time they should keep it would be during major holidays. So maybe the week of Christmas or something like that, because obviously that can just be a convoluted mess. But with Magic Kingdom being completely full by 9 a.m., that doesn't do anybody any good. But I think that being for your general vacations, I think that not having to deal with the park reservations would be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
So this makes me really hopeful.
I think you were expecting me to say something. I'm sorry. Flippity. Caught me off guard.
Another thing that Disney has announced, and this was a couple of weeks ago. But I didn't touch on it last week. Genie Plus has done some changes again, but actually, this Genie Plus is a good change. They have gone ahead and been able to update the program so that now, whenever you make a Lightning Lane reservation, before, if you say, for instance, you had a 5 p.m. reservation for Tower of Terror and a 3 p.m. reservation came up for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and you wanted to do the 3 p.m. Mickey and Minnie's, you would have to go into your Genie Plus. You would have to cancel that 5 p.m. Tower of Terror reservation, and then you would have to go back in and hope that Mickey and Minnie's was still there at 3 o'clock. So it was clunky. It was a mess. People were getting frustrated, myself included, because I'm the one that I help people plan this stuff and try to explain it. And it's like, well, why is it this way? And I'm like, well, because that's just how it is. Unfortunately, there's not a good answer.
Yeah.
So they have officially made it so that you can modify your reservation. And what this means, you have that 5 p.m. Tower of Terror, and you are like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and change it to that 3 p.m. Mickey and Minnie's. You can click on that Mickey and Minnie's and it will change it to that one for you and everything all together at the same time. And I just love that it does that now, because like before you were afraid to do anything because you didn't want to lose out on what you had. And now you're going to be able to kind of modify things as you need to. And also in the next couple of months, and I need more information on this because there's a couple of things that kind of has me confused with it. But in the next couple of months, guests that purchase the Genie Plus every day, they are going to be getting free photo pass downloads for their attraction rides that they have with their Genie Plus. So Tower of Terror, it has a photo and it also has a small video. You're going to get that digital download with your Genie Plus that you purchased. So I don't know if this is going to eliminate Memory Maker completely, or
I hope not. I really don't. I really hope it doesn't.
Because my understanding is it's going to be attractions only. I don't think it's going to be for any PhotoPass photographers that you see around the parks that you want to get magic shots or anything like that with. So that's something that to be determined. And as we figure that one out, we will let you know. I do have some people that are traveling over the next, 5 weeks. I've got a few families that are going. It's not going to affect you whatsoever. Your Memory Maker is going to be good. So, Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Don't worry about being late. Can't find you on Facebook. Watch here. Deb, I don't know what to tell you. We're on there. So
yeah, I'm watching it on my phone. Make sure you guys are going to our Plum Crazy Adventures page. You might have to actually type in Plum Crazy Adventures to go into it. Go into your search bar and then find it that way.
Yeah.
So you may have already done that, but try that anyway.
Yeah. Christopher just shared it, actually. So you can even go to Christopher's page and find it that way. And thank you, Chris, for doing that.
Thanks, bud.
So, all right. Sorry, choking myself. Tron Light Cycle. This officially opens up on April 4th. That is the opening date.
Oh, come on, man. They should have done it April 1st.
Oh, wouldn't that have been funny?
That would have been funny. Then people were like, yeah, wait, are they playing a joke or not? You know?
So I think that this is interesting because they said that they were going to open it in time for the 50th celebration. 50th celebration ends March 31st.
Yep.
So
what does that mean? Does that mean that
they must
maybe
be headlining their 100 years or something.
with that one?
So I just find it interesting that that's what they decided to do. I figured it would be opening sometime in March. So it was just under the wire of that 50-year anniversary mark.
Hey, you never know. Disney's done magic before.
Yeah, they have. So I would expect to be seeing some soft openings, possibly with that ride. Yep. I don't think that they're just going to wait until April 4th and then just like throw everything to the wolves with that.
Is that like a Monday or Sunday?
I could not tell you. Okay. I don't have a calendar right in front of me. Sorry.
I was just curious.
So I think that's interesting. The other thing that I find really interesting is Happily Ever After is going to be returning to Magic Kingdom on April 3rd with an all-new projection show on Main Street USA. It's going to be the same Happily Ever After that we all know and love. It's going to be replacing what is currently there. Mm-hmm. Drawing a blank on what it's called. I apologize. But the last night for that one will be April 2nd, and then April 3rd will be Happily Ever After. Mm-hmm. And then, ironically, they're doing the exact same thing over at Epcot. The barges are going to be no more. Harmonious is officially going to be done on April 2nd. That will be its last showing of Harmonious. And then Epcot Forever is returning for a limited time debut because they have something in the pipeline for the 100th celebration that isn't quite ready yet. And so they're going to bring back Epcot Forever until this new nighttime spectacular on the lagoon is ready to go.
Working out the bugs on the new show.
Yep. So that is super, super exciting. Now, if anybody is interested in going to Disney, just as a heads up, obviously we're travel agents. This is what we do. I'd like to think that we know a little bit of what we talk about. I will probably talk your ear off. Chris Grimes, Yep. You can definitely attest to that. Thank you for putting up with me and my insanity. But I really enjoy what I do, and I can definitely get you some really great deals right now. There are a couple of summer promotions right now that are in full swing that we can get you booked in, one of which is the up to a $750 dining promotion card. Mm-hmm. If you are within those dates. I can also look and see if it would be a better deal for you to save up to 25% off of your hotel room. And those are through select dates through the end of August. So there's a couple of opportunities there where I can save you guys some money for your vacation. Obviously, it's Disney. Disney is expensive, but I do try my hardest to make sure that it's as affordable for you as possible. Oh, good. Deb finally got in there. All right. Now we are going to hop across to the West Coast. I know I'm like pushing the stuff he wants to talk about.
It's okay. I'm always used to being pushed off to the side.
But it's the most fun stuff, and I want to talk about it.
I know. It's exciting. All of it is. I can't.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, this is all great stuff.
Disneyland news. I don't always talk about Disneyland because a lot of people are like, why am I going to go all the way over there for a park that is teeny tiny compared to Walt Disney World?
It's where it all began.
It's the happiest place on earth. It is where it all began. It has the best dark rides. It has, honestly, some of the best rides.
Yep.
I mean, if you like pirates, it's nothing to what's over there. Big Thunder, I like it better over there.
Yeah, I do too.
Radiator Springs, you cannot get any better than Radiator Springs over there. We can now do nonstop flights right there into their Orange County Airport, John Wayne.
Yep.
So definitely right from Pittsburgh, nonstop. Instead of having to deal with LAX, you can go right into John Wayne. So I think that this is a fantastic time to talk about some of the things that they're doing right now and some of the things that they are planning through the summer.
Yes.
Super excited. So one of the things is World of Color. This is not something we have on the East Coast. It is this really big fountain show that they have over in California Adventure. Yeah. And they are debuting what is called World of Color 1. And this is celebrating the 100 years of the Disney property. Okay. That is going to be debuting on January 27th. And there's going to be over 18 different compositions from our favorite movies, such as Moana, Coco, Mulan, Soul. I think there's Encanto in there too, because I'm telling you, the photo that I saw of like a prequel thing, it looked like it was Mirabelle. Could be wrong though. So really, really exciting that they're bringing that in and just kind of enhancing an already amazing show. The next thing that they're doing inside of their downtown Disney, they're bringing back Earl of Sandwich. And it's going to be coming back in February. They have a couple of other restaurants that they kind of have on the back, like that are supposed to be coming in, but they haven't announced exactly when they're coming. So I don't know if there's a contractual issue or just behind on stuff. So they're putting the Earl of Sandwich in, kind of help fill in the gaps and stuff a little bit. And it's really a great place to go and have a quick bite to eat. So we really enjoy the one that's in Disney Springs, and it's nice that they're bringing it back over to downtown Disney over on the West Coast. Also, something that I'm excited about and kind of leaning towards maybe park reservations are going away. Probably go away a little bit faster over in Disneyland than they will out on the East Coast. Love that place. Yeah, Mike, I know you do. So, so you're going to be, if you have a park hopper or an annual pass, you're going to be able to start switching between the two parks, Disneyland and California Adventure, starting at 11 a.m. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Kim.
Best fast food. Yes, it is a good fast food. It's like quality fast food. So switching between the parks starting at 11 a.m. instead of 2 p.m. So that's 3 hours earlier. Most of the time, the parks don't open until 9 anyway. So they're kind of just like phasing it back, and it's going to get to a point where they're not going to have that anymore. And I think once they do that, then they're not going to have the park reservations out there. And I think once that happens, it'll just be a matter of time before it happens for us over on the East Coast too.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I think this is all great news. And then also, if you are a Disneyland Hotel Resort guest, okay, so this is going to be the Disneyland Hotel, Pixar Pier, or the Grand Californian Hotel, which Grand Californian Hotel is our bucket list hotel that we want to stay at out there.
All three of them, really. But
yeah, well, Adventure Tower, yeah, definitely in Disneyland. But first it'll be Grand Californian. That one is like the answer to Wilderness Lodge. It's just, I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful resort.
Yeah.
Anyway, they will be receiving free PhotoPass digital downloads during their trip. So I think that this is a great perk for you to be able to spend a couple extra dollars and stay on property where you're literally steps away.
Yep.
If you're at Grand California and you have your own private entrance right into California Adventure, how can you say no to that? I think it's amazing. And just being able to have those photos as well, because over there, you do have very different things than what you do over here on the East Coast.
Yep.
Like I said before, you got Radiator Springs, you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower over there.
Tower basically.
Yeah. Don't know, Mission Breakout. Yes, Mission Breakout is what it's called. And then you've got Avengers Campus. If you're into Marvel, okay?
You got the Spider-Man ride.
Well, the Spider-Man ride, and then you have the animatronic Spider-Man flinging through the air.
Yep.
So, I mean, those are all in California Adventure, all things that we don't have. Over in Disneyland, you've got the Matterhorn, which we don't have. You've also got Snow White Scary Adventures, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Those two, they don't have photos, but I'm just bringing up.
And don't forget Nemo and Friends.
Oh, yeah, Nemo.
The submarines, which used to be 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and they converted it into that. So, which they did a really awesome job with that. And it just got refurbished, too, just about a year ago. So everything is freshly new painted. It looks great. And I can't wait to actually get back out there and see all that again. So.
Right. Well, and you also can't forget Haunted Mansion gets its overlay during the Halloween and Christmas season. So if you're a big Tim Burton fan, you really like Nightmare Before Christmas, you have that. They also do overlays for Pirates of the Caribbean and Space Mountain, which they don't do over here on the East Coast. So there is a ton of things. They've never done it over here on the East Coast.
Space Mountain?
Yeah.
I could have sworn they'd done something in Space Mountain. Oh, okay.
No, something about the projections don't map correctly on the inside of our Space Mountain compared to theirs, because ours was built first.
Oh, that's right.
And then theirs is actually half the size.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I educated.
Yeah.
So.
She did.
Also, keep in mind, their Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is literally opening January 27th at the end of the month. So that is huge too. And then their Toontown, which we don't have, that's going to be fully opening up. I think sometime this summer. I don't think they officially announced the actual date. I apologize. I didn't write it down. I had so much to talk about. They only had so much space. So that's all really exciting. They also have some things going on out there that we don't have. For instance, they celebrate Lunar New Year. And that actually will start up on this Friday, January 20th, and it runs through February 15th. And basically, that's just a festival with all kinds of fun foods, celebrating the Lunar New Year. Just having a lot of really interesting things with culture that we don't get exposed to very often. Yep. So I really like that. I know it's the Vietnamese Year of the Rabbit. I wanted to say it's Year of the Cat. I could be wrong on that, though. I apologize if I am wrong. But it's a great way to get your kids exposed to something while still having a really great vacation and learning something about a culture that maybe they wouldn't get to experience otherwise.
Yeah.
So, also the Magic Happens Parade. Okay, this one debuted literally right before COVID broke out. Okay, they only had it running, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. We've seen videos of it. It's beautiful. Yeah. Oh my gosh, some of the most beautiful floats I have ever seen in my life. And we go to Universal Mardi Gras.
No, Universal. Well, we do the Mardi Gras, but I'm also thinking of the Universal Thanksgiving Macy's Parade too.
And the Macy's Parade, yes.
And
yeah.
Those ones are.
Wow. But it is returning on February 24th. So that's another really great thing that I'm super excited about. Also, Tiana's Place. If anybody is a big Tiana fan and liked watching Princess and the Frog, Tiana's Place is going to be opening later this year in New Orleans Square. Obviously, she's going to have a lot of traditional classics that you would expect out of New Orleans Square, such as gumbo, other New Orleans classics. And then there will also be the Mint Julep bar is also going to have just finished making homemade baked potato soup. That sounds really good, Chris.
Yeah,
so obviously the beignets and the mint juleps and such will be there as well. So super, super excited about all of those things. And then moving right along, because I'm trying to make sure I have plenty of time to chat about the fun stuff, Universal Hollywood. I am super excited. Again, this is another reason I really want to start focusing on California. We have nonstop flights now that are to John Wayne. Yep. That's a really great opportunity for us to be able to go out there and experience things.
And bypass LAX.
Yes, bypass LAX.
If you guys have not traveled out to California because you were afraid to fly into LAX, this is now the opportunity to do it from Pittsburgh to the John Wayne International Airport.
You don't have to do what we did in order for me to get him out to California, which was we flew into Vegas and then drove.
I don't regret that.
I don't either. That was a cool road.
That was a cool road trip. It was 4 hours for us from Vegas down into Disneyland, and then 4 hours back to fly out of there back home. But it was definitely worth it. I'm glad that we did it. I'm not saying I want to do it again, but I'm definitely glad that we rented
probably do it. I definitely do Vegas again. Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily combine both of those locations.
No.
But
I do Vegas, and there's other reasons. And there's a lot of things down in that region that I'd like to go see, like the Crater Canyon that we were literally miles from.
Yeah, and we had no idea at the time.
Didn't even realize it. So, but there's
still so much to see. So much to see. Mm-hmm. All right, so Universal Hollywood, Super Nintendo World. Yep, it is now in technical rehearsal. So this is exciting. They're having people with their lottery system going in, checking it out. It opens officially on February 17th. And the best part about this entire land, and I'm not even kidding, this is just how basic I am, you get to walk through a warp pipe in order to get to the land.
Yep, isn't that awesome? I loved it, and I love all the animatronic stuff that's going across, and like the big blocks and stuff that they're getting ready to drop and stuff.
I know.
It is like you literally just immersed yourself inside the game. They couldn't have done this any better. I'm excited for it to come open up. And I know we're going to get it here on the East Coast too.
Yes,
I
with
know
Epic
it's coming.
Universe.
Epic Universe is
I
definitely
don't think
coming.
we'll be able to wait that long in order to check it out, though.
Oh, man, I don't know. That's a long ways away yet.
I know.
But just it's so exciting to know that, and seeing the videos and the different things that's going on out there. I'm just, oh man, I'm geeking out because like I'm taking myself back to the 80s playing this game, and hours upon hours trying to beat that with me and my buddy Bill and Scott and all of us just sitting there in front of the television and my parents going, get off the TV. But it's so much fun.
And then my generation, the N64.
There you go. Yeah.
Like Jesse getting so mad at me because I just wanted to play Super Mario for hours and hours. Yeah. So, but yes, definitely reliving our childhood when we get the opportunity to go out there. And the other thing I really that I think is so cool is some of the attractions and stuff that they have. Now, it's not going to be a very big land by any stretch. Obviously, Universal Hollywood is teeny tiny compared to Universal Orlando. But they're doing Mario Kart Bowser Challenge, and anybody that has played Mario Kart. Okay, yep. We have had some hellacious games of Mario Kart here at the house, and I can't wait to do it for real. There's also Yoshi's Adventure. Now, this is putting me in the mind. It's a slow-moving, family-friendly attraction, and I wonder if it isn't a little bit like the High in the Sky Seuss Trolley or something like that. I haven't seen the videos and stuff for Yoshi's Adventure yet, but that's kind of what it's putting me in mind of. And if that's the case, like that's one of my like hidden gems. I absolutely love it. So I'm kind of hoping. There's also Toadstool Cafe, and then there's the One Up Factory where you can get your merchandise and just so much stuff. Super, super excited about it.
I think it would be really cool. If when you go to ring something out at the merchandise place, like, when you swipe your card, instead of it going, boop, boop, for the card, it actually did the, like when you go like One Up or you got a star or something,
Oh, that'd be so cool.
It's those little tiny details. Universal, if you're listening, make that happen. That would be so cool.
Yes, it would. It would be amazing. I know they're also doing an interactive element where you can purchase I think they call it a power band, and then you can go around and do different things like pretending to hit the blocks and you hear it and everything like that. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I've seen it when
somebody jumped up and they like that, and then the block.
Yeah. So I just think that is amazing and cannot wait to experience it ourselves.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to talk about with Universal Hollywood is Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen is officially going to open up on January 27th.
Yep.
My friend's little girl fell in love at Universal Orlando yesterday and said the medical staff fell in line and said the medical staff was amazing, even gave her stitches in her chin at the park. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that they would do stitches, but they do have a really fantastic medical staff. All their team members in general are really, really awesome.
They're impressive.
They've helped us out a few times, especially like Nick. Obviously, he's younger, so sometimes we've had some issues like in lines and things like that, and they have done really good at helping us kind of diffuse situations.
Yep.
So Jimmy Fallon's is not Nick's favorite ride, and he had a total meltdown before it ever started. They were able to get me off of it with him before it became a great big thing.
Yeah.
So really glad. Even replaced all her clothes that had blood on them. Let her pick everything out. Oh, that's so sweet.
That's awesome.
Definitely. If they haven't done so already, if they go to the Universal Orlando page on Facebook, they can give what's called a UO fist bump. If they mention their names and stuff, they kind of get like it's virtual fist bump and such, but they can also get other comps and stuff from the company for being able to help them out and above and beyond services, Amy. So definitely mention that to them if you happen to talk to them again. But that's amazing. That's why we keep going to Universal.
Yep.
So, speaking of Orlando, that was a good segue for me. Thank you, Amy. Cafe La Bamba is officially open for day guests. The last time we were in Cafe La Bamba, it was a skeleton bar, October 2020 for our 10-year anniversary. And don't get me wrong, it was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
But that was an interesting trip. So, to my knowledge, from what I can tell, it's going to be like, it is a quick service Tex-Mex style. So you're going to have burritos and tacos. They have a salsa flight. You could do taco bowls, salads. They also have an horchata tres leches cake and the margaritas and beer too. So
okay. See you later. I'm going.
I like the margarita thing. Yeah. So I like that a lot. Now, Cafe La Bamba, for those of you that aren't familiar, it's really close to it's basically catty corner across the street from Mel's Drive-In. There's also the Creperie that's right there at the entrance of the New York Park, and then the horror picture show. So definitely check that out if you have the opportunity. I just think it's a cool location too.
Yeah, it is.
So even without all the decorations and stuff inside of it, I think it's just a neat location. And then also, kind of sad, but DreamWorks Destination, Woody Woodpecker's Nut House Coaster. Sorry, I had to read that. Fievel's Playground, Curious George Goes to Town, and Shrek Meet and Greet. They're officially closed as of January 15th, which was yesterday.
Yep.
Yesterday was their last day.
Yep. They're going to start a whole new section there.
Yep. So it's kind of bittersweet that it's closed. They're hoping to open something for next year, 2024.
They didn't take ET.
Nope, they did not take ET. So literally the walls are at the entrance of ET.
Yeah.
And if you go into the back area of the queue, you can see all the walls and stuff up back in there too, so that you can't see what they're doing.
Yeah.
So definitely ET is still there. SpongeBob is still there.
Yeah, it's sad that it's going, but like we discussed a couple shows ago, this is a section of the park that our generation doesn't, well, our kids in this generation don't really understand Woody Woodpecker and Curious George that much. I mean, yes, we try to push the books on Curious George on our kids and stuff, letting them read and everything, but it's nothing like the Minions. It's nothing like, E.T.,
It's not part of the now culture.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And E.T. will always be a part of the now culture because every generation that gets older continues to watch that movie, and it continues to the popularity of it just continues to grow. I mean, we just celebrated 40 years of it being out. So.
And let me tell you, as long as Steven Spielberg is around, E.T. is going to be there.
Yep.
That is his baby.
Yep. Yes, it is. It is.
So definitely glad that is staying. Now, obviously, they have been pretty hush-hush. They've already started construction. But rumors about what can replace it. They're thinking it's basically going to be DreamWorks properties.
Yeah. Imagine Dragons. Yeah, that's a band. How to Train Your Dragon is what I was getting ready to say.
So interestingly, that's one that they didn't bring up. And I thought that would be something because they're not getting rid of the Woody Nut House coaster. They're going to retheme it, is kind of what the thought is. There's not been an official announcement, but How to Train Your Dragon, that would be a great one for that, because you'd be going through a test drive with a little dragon,
Yeah.
But maybe that hits a little too close to home to Flight of the Hippogriff over in Wizarding World. Who knows? But they're talking about Shrek, bringing Shrek back in. They're also talking about Trolls and Kung Fu Panda. Now, bear with me, the Shrek part of this. I don't get that because that was something when I was in high school, like that we watched together. Puss in Boots is like the last movie of Puss in Boots actually is out available now for DVD. And so I'm like, okay, there's really not a whole lot of like new kids and new things coming out for it. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Now, Trolls is a possibility because they're actually coming out with Trolls 3 November 17th. So I could see that one possibly because they're coming out with new movies and content and different things like that. So it is a little bit more relevant for our kids. And then Kung Fu Panda, March of 24, they're coming out with another Kung Fu Panda movie. So I'm like, okay, those I can see a little bit more because we've got these different things going. And then I was like, all right, well, what are things that Universal has really put out that's kid oriented? There's not. So they are definitely ramping up their horror and adult options. For instance, Megan. I guarantee you that one is going to.
That's a scary woman.
She's not a woman. She's a doll.
Scary thing.
So if you guys haven't seen the trailers for that, yeah. Yeah, it's on the creepy side, and I'm telling you what, right now, that is going to be a house this year. I'm calling it right now. Okay. If it is not, I am going to be shocked because that is a Universal IP. So, I will not do it, but it's there.
That thing's creepy. No.
So, I think that for the area, I should think they should do something with SpongeBob. They should also bring some kind of Barbie or Monster High or something along those lines in, because those are movies and things that they have that are really popular that they keep putting out like over and over, all these different things. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But we'll revisit it in a couple of months when the rumors start popping up more and they kind of start putting in the things that they're wanting to build and stuff starts to leak. So super excited. Now on to what you want to talk about, honey.
All right. Well, hold on. I had an idea, a thought.
Oh, okay.
I had a thought here. So do you think that maybe Universal's keeping E.T. right there at the beginning? Because we just celebrated the 40th anniversary. In 10 years, it'll be the 50th.
Yeah.
Do you think Steven Spielberg has something working in the background to bring E.T. back on the 50th? And the promotion will begin by them saying, it's been 50 years since E.T. left. Now he's coming back to save Elliot or something. I mean, just think about it.
Goosebumps, actually.
Yeah, because that would revamp that ride.
Yeah.
And that ride and it's still there. So maybe there's something in the works there that a lot of us just don't know about. And, of course, Sir Steven's not going to talk about it because it's Hollywood, baby. But,
no, he won't talk about it.
Interesting thought, though.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. In my opinion, yes, I think that we need to have some kind of kid theming in each park. Mm-hmm. But you've already got E.T. over there. Why on earth don't you bring back some of the nostalgic rides? Like bring a Back to the Future ride back into there and Kong and different things like that.
The one thing I've always thought that Universal should do, they should have a park of old rides. Mm-hmm. Like nostalgic rides, like, Universal or like you just said, Back to the Future.
Yep.
That one would be a perfect one to put in there. Move all these old rides and stuff and put them into that new park.
Call it the classics.
Yeah, Universal Classics.
Yep.
So
I
don't know.
That's kind of what I'm thinking personally. Twister.
I love that one. I thought that was so cool to be able to go and experience that. And they're getting ready to come out with a Twister Part 2.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know that this kind of stuff might happen. So.
Yeah, starting to get those cogs turning.
Yep.
I love it. All right. So the last thing that we want to talk about, Universal has announced not one, but 2 new huge attractions in different locations that they are building.
Yep.
First up, Frisco, Texas. Okay. This is northern Texas for those of you that aren't familiar, because I had to look it up because Texas is huge. All right. They are going to be building a miniature park dedicated to young families. Now, this is going to be full of family-friendly attractions. It's going to be interactive with playful shows, character meet and greets, unique merchandise to the area, as well as fun food and beverage options. It's also going to have an adjacent hotel attached, so you can bundle it together for like a long weekend.
Yep.
And there are plans and room for them to be able to do an expansion. So
another Universal Park now will be coming to Texas. So that was just announced. Now, the park that I'm so excited about is they announced in Vegas they're going to be having.
I knew you were going to do that.
Oh, I couldn't help it. Why? What? Was there
more?
We'll
get back to Frisco.
No, get back in there. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited about Vegas. Like for them to put that in Vegas, that is huge. Like
yes.
But we'll get into that. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun.
It's okay. I still
I'm
love
sitting
you.
over here all this time. I'm all quiet. This is like me trying to keep a secret away from my kids that
He
we're going to
can't do it.
Disneyland. You know,
He can't do it.
can't do it. Can't do it. Or
All right.
Disney World, not land.
So there is a concept art out there when they did the announcement. And from this concept art, I can see Jurassic Park or World. It could be either one, but that's in the one corner. Thought that was interesting for young families. They're bringing dinosaurs in, but it's very obviously Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
There's also a lagoon with water features, so maybe they're going to be doing some kind of a water show at night. I think that that's a really cute idea. There's also a boat ride, it looks like, that goes through the back half of the park. Like it kind of, you can see all the little boats and stuff in the lagoon, and then they kind of take off and they go up in and they go around Jurassic Park, and then they go under a bridge, and then they go over to the other side and loop around and then come back. So it's a decent sized little water ride that they're going to have. Also, there's like a flower power section. I have no idea. Racking my brain trying to figure out what that might be, but it's all these giant flowers that are kind of set up like almost like a kind of umbrella type deal, like to help keep your kids out of the sun. So I thought that was interesting. And then let me see here. There was a bunch of other stuff. Could not figure out or place what it might be. So I'm looking forward to other people talking about it. Hello, Christopher's parents. Hello. Now knew about Texas, not Vegas. Okay. Thank you for joining us, Parker. So you can call us Scott and Megan. You don't have to call us Christopher's parents. So now what I'm hoping for out of this, and maybe even a little bit for Universal Orlando, I hope they bring a sing attraction in for the kids.
Totally.
That is Nick's absolute favorite movie right now is Sing 2.
Yep.
And he can sing everything word for word. He mimics everything that they say. Like he has that entire movie memorized. Yep. And as many of you know, he has some speech delays. So like for me as a parent, I'm just like, oh my God, he's finally talking, and talking well. So I'm super excited about that. And I hope that they bring the Sing franchise in.
Yes.
If not for Frisco, Texas, Orlando or something, because if they announce that they are, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Vegas.
Well, since it's old news, I mean, all right. So they're talking about putting an attraction. Flower power is 60s babies. That's kind of what I was thinking too. But there was something else, flower power, that
I was thinking of like the Powerpuff Girls or something, but I have no idea.
I don't know, but
maybe it's Trolls.
I don't know.
But
you really got me thinking on that one. So
yeah.
But anyway, Vegas. They are bringing to Vegas a Halloween Horror Nights experience.
Yes, they are.
Oh my God, year round, not just at Halloween, year round.
Yep.
So Universal is doing this. Blown mind right here, man. I'm telling you.
And it's going to be absolutely incredible because not only are they doing this Halloween experience, it is also at Area 15, which happens to be the home of the Meow Wolf Art Museum and exhibit, which has the, what the heck do they call it? Omega Mart experience.
Yeah.
So if for anybody that is somewhat familiar, Meow Wolf does these really interesting altered reality dive into the experience kind of art installations.
You go into through like a washing machine. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought.
Yep. Like you, this is the one that's in Mexico. The one that they have in Vegas, you're in this like what they call Omega Mart. And then as you're reading labels and seeing things, because it's like you're in a supermarket, you realize that it's not really a supermarket and stuff. It's making you question the things that you're looking at and the things that you're consuming. And then it's like, oh, this is actually a doorway, and you go back in, and then you're here, and you kind of find other things, and it's like, oh, here's a slide. Where does this go? And you go down 3 floors.
It's a maze, basically.
Yep.
So.
and just each room has different things going on. And so it's a really incredible opportunity if you have the chance to go. But I just think it's so cool that they're bringing this to Area 15 and expanding it to make it even better. So,
and I love the name Area 15 because Area 51 is just a few miles away from Vegas.
Yep.
So, that
wasn't on purpose at all.
No, not at all. No.
So the Halloween, the haunted attractions based on HHN. This is going to combine dining, retail, and several walk-through haunts. Okay, and these are going to be open year-round, but they're going to be changing things up seasonally. So it's always going to be evolving, always changing. One, so that the scare actors don't get bored, but also so that you keep wanting to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the one thing I like about it, because I was really concerned when I heard that they were doing this. I'm like, okay, how are they going to keep the people interested in it? Because I know the hype and the excitement for everybody coming down to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando and out at Hollywood is exciting for everybody, but it's And then I heard that they were going to be doing it, retheming it. Constantly all the time, so it just creates new excitement every time you turn around. So
the other
I think it's going to be a huge win.
Yeah, the other thing I think is really cool is they're kind of changing up the experience a little bit during the daytime. So by day, the food and beverage spaces are going to be more of a unique, immersive, horror-centric experience where, like, obviously you're eating and drinking and having some drinks and stuff, but it's daytime, so it's, I don't want to say it's a PG version, but maybe it's just a little bit warped and kind of more CSI-ish or like escape room-ish kind of deal. Whereas when it turns night, they're going to turn into haunting bars and eateries with one-of-a-kind merchandise and such. Yeah. So I kind of like that they're changing things up based on when you go. And maybe they're doing it this way a little bit too, because if you got a scaredy cat like me, that's like kind of just getting into it, or you've got some kids that are kind of wanting to check things out for the first time, that I don't want to say a PG version, but there's something that can kind of dip their toes in a little bit while you're there, as compared to obviously getting whammed with the real thing and then being terrified for the rest of their lives. Yeah. So, which would be me. I'd be
Exorcist.
Crying. Oh, so super, super excited about this. And again, we don't have official dates. Cool on the nighttime bars. We don't have official dates as of yet for when these will be opening. I would not be surprised if Vegas was going to be open by maybe August or September, just in time for Halloween season to come rolling through. I think that would be a really great debut for it. It is going to be 110,000 square feet. So definitely it's going to be decent size.
Yeah, it's huge.
So I think, but knowing the Universal team and how quickly they put things together, I don't think they're going to have an issue getting that ready to go.
Well, and it's not like Vegas doesn't have tons and tons of shows right in the back door there. So, I mean, for them to be able to get props and different.
Well, no shortage of talent available.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So definitely tons and tons of things.
Yep.
So if that's something that you guys are thinking about or you may want to do, reach out to me, because we can start talking about Vegas itself. Yeah. Obviously, this is going to take up a small chunk, but maybe it's only a day of your time between Meow Wolf and then doing the HHN experience at night. I think I heard Texas was in 2025. That's the projected for that one. Yes. Sorry, I didn't get to that because we wanted to talk about Vegas.
Well, I really did.
So definitely reach out to me, because we can make sure that we get you direct flights right here from Pittsburgh. Yep. Or if you're my viewers that are in Ohio, out of Columbus, or wherever you got to go, definitely let us know. No worries. Okay. Sorry, I had a notice pop up I'd never seen before. So definitely let me know if that's something you're thinking about. I got some great options hotel-wise.
Yes.
We've got some other things that we can recommend that isn't necessarily hustle and bustle of the Strip. If that's not your thing, but you still want to go out there and see some stuff. So definitely let us know.
Well, is that it? That's all? Because I'm telling you what, we about filled that hour up.
Yeah, I think I did
impressive.
finally get everything, and it was just on the 2 parks.
Yeah.
Now here's my question, because I got like 4 minutes left. I'm wondering, because Disney announced everything on Tuesday, okay, between the parking being free and the 11 a.m. Over at Disneyland instead of 2 p.m. for park hopping, APs being able to get in without a park reservation after 2 p.m. during the week.
Yep.
All this stuff they announced on Tuesday. Universal clapped back hard with oh, you think those are announcements? Guess what? We're opening up 2 new parks, which is essentially what they're doing.
Yeah. I honestly think it was just kind of them going, well, oh, really? That sounds nice, but let's listen to this.
Are we starting to get into some theme park wars?
I'm hoping, honestly.
It really feels like that.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, we all seen what happened back in the 80s with the cola wars, between the 2 pop companies, Coke and Pepsi, and how they were constantly going at each other with ads and different campaigns and stuff and slogans and just as much as they can. And it still goes on to this day. But if Disney and Universal started doing that, man, we all might benefit pretty good from that. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I mean, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for all of us. So
I think it's really interesting because Universal is like kicking their ass.
They are.
Pardon my French, but
yeah,
for instance, Tron, it was supposed to open in 2020, and it's now 2023, and it's finally opening.
Yeah.
Granted, we had a pandemic.
Yeah, but still at the same time, like
Universal opened Velocicoaster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we were there when they tore down the walls and brought that into our videos and stuff. I mean that was.
They're talking. They've been making the joke. If you follow any other vloggers or influencers and stuff that are into like the Disney Universal and stuff down in Orlando, it was like, which is going to open first, Epic Universe or Tron?
Yeah.
So I think it's really interesting. Disney has not been doing so great with their stocks, and their shares are down, and they've pissed a lot of people off. Yep. So this might be the kick in the butt that they need to kind of get themselves where they need to be.
Yep.
And so I think it's interesting. I'm really wondering if we aren't heading into some kind of like a theme park war.
Yeah, I think we are. And I think it would be a lot of fun. Tron April 4th?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Tron's April 4th.
So, but yeah.
All right.
We're just going to have to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, you guys are going to stay tuned to our channel and just keep watching us, and we'll bring it to you when we know. So
exactly.
But anyway, guys, it's been a fun night. There was a ton of new things that we had to bring to you tonight. A ton of information.
I'm sorry for
very exciting new things.
Heads exploding.
If you guys are definitely interested in doing a vacation this year, don't forget to get a hold of us. We would love to book the vacation for you, send you on that very first trip somewhere. Or, if you're just returning back for the 80th time and you want to go and just you don't want to deal with it, give us a call. We'll book it for you. We'll take care of it for you.
Oh, most definitely. So, I've got somebody doing a Christmas cruise. They're officially there, and they have family members going with them now, which I think is super exciting. Christmas is always better with family, but on a vacation, that's almost perfection.
Yeah,
I love that. We've got people going to HHN. Got them taken care of last week, so their hotels are officially booked and ready to go. I have somebody else wanting to do Christmas at Disney World.
Yep.
I am a little bit scared for them, but also super excited to be planning that trip. Caught you before you got off. I was showering. Okay, Christopher, TMI. But so we have all of them definitely interested in doing their trips and such with us, and so much more. So definitely let us know. Couldn't figure out how to add in the chat. Interesting. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you hit that like button over on Facebook so that you're following us. Also, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button over there on YouTube so that you know when we upload new videos. This week coming up, fingers crossed, you're going to have an in-depth look at one of our favorite restaurants at Universal Orlando Resort, which is Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Oh, love that place. Love that
so
place.
You're not going to want to miss that one.
Guys, you still have time. If you are interested in joining us and going to Universal with us in March, get a hold of us now. There is still time to book.
Yes.
So call, email, chat with us, whatever you got to do. Get a hold of us. We would definitely love to have you guys join us. Let's all go down and have a good time. Go ride some rides, just have some fun, and just, let's be kids again for a few minutes.
Oh, I know. Especially in today's world. We need to have some fun.
Not kids. Let's be young again,
Yeah,
Who wants to be young? Raise your hands. I do. But anyway, guys, get a hold of us if you're definitely interested in going to Universal with us. We would love to have you join us for that wonderful trip in March. And we also got other things planned for the later part of the year too. So stay tuned to our channel because you might have another opportunity to join us on another vacation later this year.
Exactly.
But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. We will talk to you guys next week, next Monday, same time, same station. So don't forget, Monday night, 8 p.m., come see us. Come join us, okay? All right. Well, we're getting out of here. We'll talk to you guys soon. And as always, are you guys ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure?
Because we're ready to get you there.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.